I would probably say we're still going to be in a flat period for another few years. It's having a great time. There was a 7% spike in sales in the month of April 2026 in Toronto. So obviously, we're all rejoicing, right? The slump is over, everything is good. This car doesn't have to turn around because it had a cul-de-sac. Nope, there's more to this story. Subscribe for more. Jump on my podcast or listen to the podcast or YouTube. I'm gonna get into it in just a sec. Imagine if you, imagine you're on a first date with a guy called Marvin. Everything's going great. 6'5", blue eyes, finance. And then 18 months later, you're vacationing at his cottage, still sounding great. You realize he's a very clingy relationship to his mother. So I'm Conor Mangan. I'm a real estate agent in Toronto, originally from Ireland. You may hear that from the accent. And typically don't beat around the bush for real estate advice, particularly in the city. So there was a 7% spike in sales in April 2026 in Toronto real estate market. This is going to be your short update. The real story is, the real headline is that 7% number. What that 7% number is hiding is the price, because the price actually went down year over year by 6.6% on average. So what the 7% is, it's actually just volume. It's not price at all. So all that to say that although you're hearing that 7% number, it's really not the whole story. It makes it sound great, and therefore it's a great headline because people are like, wow, things are surging, using that verb, and there's a jolt in the market. Like, no one's been jolted. No one's got up my ass to find themselves a new house or a new condo. Speaking of, those numbers that did all the volume, primarily detached homes, which people will always want, single family home, and condos, which have fallen the most, are at a 36-year low. So people are kind of getting deals in the condos. They've been driving the market the most. Semi-detached and townhomes have actually gone down the most. On top of that, homes on the market probably taking still around 47 days in total to sell. So no, it's not a hot time to buy. We haven't reached this primary surge that everyone is kind of talking about. And the rules more or less stay the same. If you are looking to sell, make sure the house is great. So do your renovations, do your top-ups, do everything you need to do, and price it correctly. If there's a lot to do and it's really not that great of a house and it's going to be a headache to renovate it and get it on the market, needs a new furnace, needs a new roof, then you may want to consider waiting the market out. It's going to be a few years. Or you price it accordingly, which probably means pricing it really, really low. Almost what you think is below market value at this point. And if you really don't think that's going to work, then you need to kind of adjust your expectations. And I will say then, if you're buying, go for blood. Be a fucking shark. Go for as much as you can. You're in a scenario now where you are buying, you have more power than you've had in the last like 20 years. Think about it in Toronto real estate terms, and maybe why sellers' expectations were sort of whacked the last 18 months. They basically had like 20 years of like surging real estate prices. So their parents probably sold their house, made a massive amount of money. They may have sold their house recently, their first home, made a lot of money, good investment. They had friends, they had colleagues, all saying they bought this, they bought that, quickly pre-construction, and made a lot of money. So isn't this fantastic? Isn't this great? Hasn't happened anymore. Hasn't happened in the last few years. So last year, 2025, people were expecting everything to return more to normal because things have dipped a few percentage points. And it just didn't happen. It actually went down, even with 9 interest rate cuts in a row from June 2024 to October 2025. We saw prices go down, we saw volume go down, we saw listing inventory go up. I suppose my last note on this Toronto real estate update is listing inventory has tightened a bit. It's down about 9% year over year, 9% less listings. Not the end of the world at all, but it does mean it's shortened a little bit. Of course, the listings had surged incredibly in the last 5 years. There's more listings on the market than there's ever been. So still a good time to buy, still a buyer's market. If you are a buyer, shop around, pick your best price, and then see if you can get it. Again, if you're a seller, make sure it's excellent. Make sure you price yourself appropriately. Do not test the market. The market will test you and you'll lose. Just like if you try and test Marvin's mother-in-law or Marvin's mother, you will lose. There's no winning that battle. You gotta compromise. Compromise that scenario. add to that, maybe sum up, my overall outlook in the market forecast hasn't changed much with these new numbers. I would probably say we're still going to be in a flat period for another few years. It's having a great time. We're still going to be flat for about another year or two. So if you are thinking about selling and you're like, oh, I'll wait till the fall market, or maybe I'll wait till next spring, I don't see a ton changing. I actually don't think we're at the bottom yet. I've held that opinion now for a little while, and people thought we were at the bottom maybe last October, November. We weren't at all. For example, clients looking at a condo in October in Corktown was listed at 670,000 in October. By March, they dropped the price to 530. We secured it at 530 in a multiple offer scenario. It's a good time to buy. Firm believer in that. If you're selling, it's gotta be a nice house. It's gotta be really good, and you'll be fine. So enjoyed this short real estate update. I'm here in Dundonald, middle of downtown Toronto. We just walked through Church Street. If you can't see us and listen to on the podcast, taking the video, you can subscribe on YouTube as well. And hopefully see you in the next one. And drop me a follow on Instagram at ahem homes. See you there.